3, 2, 1, action. Hello, welcome back to Off the Record, where we talk about
whatever we want.
That's the slogan.
And this crew, we've been talking about some crazy conspiracy shit all day.
In a corner.
Yeah.
I can only imagine what we would talk about when we talk about whatever we want.
Actually, happier things, probably.
Yeah.
Probably things that don't involve mass conspiracy.
You guys ever do DMT?
Yo, no.
I don't even know what everybody who's talking about DMT. What is that?
It's
You go to like different dimensions?
It's like ayahuasca.
Your body?
Okay.
is that what else?
I have no idea.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a type.
Yeah, it's similar, I heard.
Ayahuasca is you have to smoke it though and
Drink
throw
it.
up a lot?
You drink
Or
it.
you drink it?
It's like they make a tea with it, and then you vomit a lot, and then you fucking
Yeah.
transcend or some shit. Yeah.
And then whereas DMT is like a pill and it's just clean. And
Oh, they're like Doctor Strange when he took that tea and then he like astral projected.
A little bit, I guess.
Julia, what's the hardest core drug you ever did?
Ooh.
I guess weed, but
I expected that from you. I was hoping something else.
Yeah.
Can you?
Yeah.
Isn't it crazy how in our generation we saw prohibition be lifted?
Yeah, from-
yeah.
That's crazy.
Like we lived this era.
I'm watching stuff on Disney right now. We're watching 10 Things I Hate About You. That came out like in 98, 99, and the principal was like, or the detention guy was like, I'm taking away this pot. Yeah, you smoking dope, I'm taking this pot. And I was like, they're like one of the first places to like illegal. It was in Seattle. Sorry, that movie takes place in Seattle.
I was like, what's?
and they're one of the first like states to like legalize it. And
I still don't think you can have it in school.
dated. The thing's dated now.
When are they going to let everyone out of jail who did pot?
Oh no.
That's crazy. A lot of people got.
Yeah, they really should, and they should get reparations.
Yeah.
Yeah, the people are in jail right now.
That's expensive though. You know, I didn't want to do that.
Yeah.
So,
For possession, right?
Possession, distribution, any of that sort of stuff. Yeah.
one thing that blew my mind was how Colorado and all these like other more conservative states where they eased up on weed before us Californians did.
Yeah.
Well, they needed it more.
Blue. Colorado's blue as
It's
fuck.
turned blue recently.
But recently, they were still red when they did it.
Well, they
weren't,
smoked some and then they turned blue.
They got real blue.
They've been blue since Obama, dude.
Let everyone do what they want.
Yeah.
That's
What are they gonna do? It's Colorado.
Well, and the reason for that too is because I do have family in Colorado.
Oh, yeah.
And it hasn't always been that way. A lot of people from LA, from other states that are getting more expensive, San Francisco, LA.
Moved to Colorado. Yeah. I heard the same thing about.
That's a huge factor of why it's turned over the years.
What's funny is like
in Austin as well. Yeah.
So like, did you know that a lot of people moved into California back in the day because of like the Beach Boys and all that shit, and they're like California wasn't as inhabited, right?
Yeah.
So everyone here was like, get the fuck back, locals. I mean, like the locals were pissed, right? Get the fuck back. And then all the same people that stayed here for generations are now gentrifying back the states
Yeah.
that their fucking family came from.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Because it's
Oh,
happening
wow.
like in Oregon, like
Yeah.
Portland is like that too.
Texas.
Seattle, Austin.
I tried to get JK to move to Vegas, but Bart and Gio fucked it all up.
they were the most down to do.
I know, yeah, at one point Gio was sending everybody in the girls chat that was sending like houses in Vegas. Like, look at this house.
I would have never gone.
I don't.
Yes,
There
you
were
would
like
have.
10 bedrooms plus, man.
You would have.
Yeah.
As a fellow Japanese man, that would have ruined the magic of
Going to Vegas.
I love Vegas.
You gotta go every weekend?
Yeah, but dude, like if I had to live there, I would not.
If I lived there, I'm dying in 2 months.
Oh god.
You just have to build the biodome.
If I was living there, I'd have to change jobs. Like I don't think I could. I would still do.
You'd work at the casino?
Nah, I would do something in firearms probably.
What would you do that would kill you in 2 months?
Fucking orgies, coke. I don't even do drugs.
Yeah, I was thinking the heat.
I would over gamble. Man, I'll be like
I
one of the tunnel people.
Yeah, I could see you over gambling.
I'll use all of JK's money and gamble.
Probably not a great. Well, it's probably a good thing we didn't move to Vegas. Then.
That's why.
Did you ever see people that like have lived there for a while too? They just like shriveled. Like,
Yeah.
That's another thing. The weather, the dryness.
Yeah.
You guys don't get sick when you're there. I could be there for like 4 or 5 days and I'm dehydrated.
I get nosebleeds
I got
for
sick
sure.
last time you went.
Yeah.
They suck my money, my nut, and my fucking body.
Is that your pitch?
Go to Vegas, where you get sucked dry.
But you shouldn't sound that. You said it with a downslope. Sucking your nuts the good part.
He said
That's a good part.
a bad thing in a good way.
Because you get your balls dried.
My favorite place in Vegas is Wicked Spoon.
Wicked Spoon's pretty amazing.
I agree. She ruined. Okay, not to be mean or anything, but she ruined all the other buffets we went to.
I didn't ruin.
You did.
I informed you. I made you upgrade to.
So what did we do for the?
Did it get better?
No, the company ones, we went to like that Rio one, and then we went
Yeah.
to,
Oh, we did budget, dude.
Yeah,
I know.
budget.
So the thing is that she was like, you know, you need to go to Witherspoon. So like that first night, I was like, all right, you keep talking about this place. Let me. Oh, and I went with Ryan too.
Yeah, you went with me. Yeah, that was great.
The whole rest of the trip, I was just disappointed.
But didn't we go a long time ago?
I never went with JK. I always went on my own. Like sometimes on a JK trip, but I'd be like, I really need to eat.
Baby, have we been in a
Yeah.
Wicked Spoon?
No, but also I can't do buffets. Like I get full really fast.
No, you're so boring.
She do a really good job of having
Not a
very,
big
very
deal.
small portions.
I told you, right? The portions, they portion
How
everything
are you
out in a little individual section.
But like you still have to get the bang for your buck. You still have to try it.
So you stay there for a long time.
There's a lot of stuff that you can try.
First of all, I'm pescatarian and dairy free. Secondly,
There's a lot of things.
I have a really like small. Like I like small meals more often.
Oh, I see.
grazer.
Oh, then
Meals?
sitting down and eating.
Yeah, like
I would still say try it because the variety that they have at this buffet is really good. I think even as a pescatarian, you could find a lot of stuff that you could probably eat.
You pay $35 for this bitch to go to a buffet, and she gets fruit.
well, you know what?
It's really good.
60.
It's really
It's
good.
not $35 because here in LA, I'll pay $35 and it's a salad.
I was thinking of Bellagio.
Fucking crazy.
Bellagio's not as good.
No. Wicked Spoon. Wicked Spoon is where it's at.
You gotta do this strategy, all right? So like you go toward the end of lunch, right when they're switching the stuff to dinner, so you get lunch prices. You hang out and talk for an hour, and then they start rolling out the dinner food, and you get up and you start grabbing all the food. But this is the strategy that I do: is I get bite-sized pieces, like around that big, of everything, so then I can taste the world.
Smart. That's very smart.
I taste.
He's not lying. You taste the world in Wicked Spoon.
I love how someone with IBS is doing this too.
By the way, this is video brought to you by Wicked Spoon.
by hacking a buffet system.
They usually have like 2-hour limits at a lot of those places, though. It's just like you have a 2-hour
Maybe
limit.
that's why,
Yeah.
because people be doing that
Yeah,
shit.
too many people caught on to your method, Joe.
You could just hang out. We used to just hang out and wait,
I
get
bet you
hungry
did.
again, go eat again.
Do they really kick you out though? They're like, you get the fuck.
I've never run out 2 hours in a buffet.
I never have either.
I want to die by the end of the first hour.
Like
So
I want to do other things in Vegas than hang out at a buffet, so I wouldn't want to stay there for.
Well, you never went when you were under 21.
Oh,
so you had to
true.
figure out fun shit to do.
No, I did go. We did do buffets when we were under 21, but I was
kill
thinking
time.
now because I haven't been 21 for a while.
The shit that you do to have fun under 21 is totally different.
That's so true. You just have sex and go try to cause a ruckus.
Drink on the street and walk around.
Yeah,
Yep.
try to sneak alcohol.
oh,
Well, yeah, I mean, you get alcohol. You stand by the market and you have a bum buy it for you.
I was a boring child.
Okay,
I was a
well,
pretty
that's how
boring
you
child.
get smokes and alcohol. Not that I'm recommending this, but this is what I did in the past.
Or you befriend people with an older brother or older sister.
They buy it for you, and
How
then
to commit
you get
misdemeanors
fucked
as a
up.
child.
One of my favorite Vegas people watching things is no matter who you see, black, white, Asian, Latino, of all different ages and races, they're all holding those yardsticks of fucking
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Or like
liquor. Yelling at somebody.
Yeah.
You mean Byron?
Hey!
Yeah.
Carol! We're over here! And you're like, Jesus Christ, man.
That was Byron.
Do you enjoy? Well, I love watching like complete mess girls like walking down the street in heels. I'm like, you knew this was gonna happen. What are you doing? And it's fucking wobbly. And
She did know. Oh, she knew.
I was like, you knew that the night was gonna end like this. Why'd you wear heels?
Girl in the giraffe walking.
Fucking all
That's
over the
so
place.
funny because after the club, you see all these girls barefoot.
Yeah. Dude, I saw the last time I was in Vegas, I saw this grandma who had like one of those yardsticks in her hand just fucking puking. A solid 70. And then her whole family was there like consoling her, and she was just fucking yakking into a plant.
Okay, Grandma.
That's the most Vegas thing I think I've seen on this trip.
The craziest old person thing I ever seen was in San Francisco, and I was like at downtown, and there was a woman, probably 70, I would say almost 80, with like a dude who was like 30, and they were sucking face.
Whoa.
Damn.
It was the most bizarre thing. It was an old white lady with a black dude
Whoa.
sucking face. I was like, there is at least 2 or 3 generations between you guys.
And it's a new thing though, like the old love.
Yeah.
Is it new?
Well, it's more common.
Like that, where she's a senior citizen, like.
Yeah, it's aged up pedophilia, so like it's legal because.
Oh, I guess so.
Just like
Yeah, I
everyone's
guess so.
aged up. It's like
Yeah.
now you look like a kid to them.
Oh, so everything is relative.
I watched the whole thing about those old ladies going to Jamaica or Haiti or something like that, and they would have their sugar boys.
Yeah.
And it's like these buff ass, handsome, like perfect ass dudes, right? And they're like with a sweet little grandma, and they be fucking like crazy, kiss.
Dude, old people are horny as fuck.
Dude, all I heard.
And you could bust as much as you want too, because they're not gonna get fucking babies.
And in homes, I heard that they fucking go crazy.
Oh yeah, I've heard that.
So recently there was like this woman, like a 68-year-old. What was the age? You guys remember heard of the story? The oldest woman to
got pregnant?
Like, yeah.
Oh, it was like she was like it was in like India, and she was like,
And they already it was India, and they already had kids and grandchildren.
that's fucking crazy, dude.
And then they get fucked up, and she's like, "Oh yeah, hey, I'm having another."
She had
kid."
another kid. I was like, yo, that's fucking scary, dude. Can you imagine delivering that? Like being the doctor and being like
Like they're not gonna see their kid when he graduates high school.
Yeah,
you know
that's
what
so
I mean?
sad.
At least she doesn't have to worry about her pussy being stretched.
I mean, I imagine her bones getting shattered.
Bone, the pelvis, yeah, the pelvis is.
Yeah,
And then
dude.
that baby got powdered milk coming out of her titties.
Yeah, dude. And or the fact that both of his parents are probably gonna die before he like gets into school.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That would scare the fuck out of me. Like, we're not supposed to having children right now. How'd you?
dude.
At 60-something years old.
What a cruel fucking joke.
Yeah, I
God's just
know.
like, and fertile.
She never had a kid before. Who are you to take her dream?
No, she did. She had fucking
Grandchildren.
And
Hey, she had a dream. She never saw anyone deliver a kid this late before.
Yeah, that was her dream.
Who are you to
So she
take her dream?
accomplished it.
That's a miracle right there.
Yeah, dude.
That's a fucking.
Killing her dreams.
He's killing something.
Are you guys gonna
Killing
go
this
anywhere
pussy.
during the break?
Yeah, Vegas.
Colorado.
No. Holidays.
Oh, Bahamas.
Oh.
Bahamas, bud.
There's a casino where we're going there too. It's in Atlanta.
Are you doing Atlantis?
Yeah. You're invited. Everyone's invited, by the way. We invited everyone every time we talk about it, but
Europe.
Oh, I'll be in Nigeria. So I'm going to the motherland for the first time ever.
Actually gonna do it.
Is that where your roots are from? West Africa?
It is. I am. Yoruba is the people that I came from, and I know that because 23andMe gets way more specific now.
Nice.
That's like
Oh, because I was gonna ask, how did you trace your genealogy?
which is so funny. My last name isn't my birth name, which I think I mentioned at some point on JK somewhere.
pronounce
But I'll reiterate in case you don't know. Huh?
How do you pronounce your last name?
Bandele. So it's like saying andale, but with the B on it. Now the way it's the Americanized version of it got messed up. It means born away from home, like was what we thought. But then I met a Nigerian woman. She's like, oh, that's not really it. Your name's actually like Bamidele, which is like slightly different, and it means to return home. So like that home factor is there. It's just that it got
You got the full circle in like one
how
translation.
How many generations are you?
Oh, I'm probably way like I in 23andMe it shows that French and German most likely brought my family here, and that was like in like the 1700s. Something like that.
so you don't have any family over there.
No, I don't have any direct, and no one that I know
that
directly.
You know.
Yeah, no
so
one
where
directly.
are you gonna stay?
So my buddy, he is married to a Nigerian woman, and so they, for the longest time, they were out in Nigeria for like years. I think they were out there for like 5 years. And then when I was like financially ready to be like, oh yeah, I'm ready to go, they were like, oh, we moved back to LA. And I was like, fuck, who am I gonna know in
man.
Nigeria? I don't want to just go alone. And so now they're going back to visit her
okay,
family
okay.
again, her mother, and that's the same woman who explained to me like my last name is actually not my last name.
Wait, so how did you get a Nigerian last name? They
I skipped over that. So when I was born Antoine William Bailey. And then my dad, when I was like 7, did research, or he thought he did research because there's a whole thing about that.
He
too.
obviously didn't.
the internet wasn't good back then.
Right, because it's an Irish name, and he figured that we had some sort of like Irish family that like owned us at some point. So he's like, "Fuck that shit, I'm gonna like get a new last name." And he chose West Africa because generally that's where we should have come from, and he just got freaking lucky in choosing like the actual right tribe and everything. You know what I mean? So like that's insane that
really
he got
lucky.
that.
Well, obviously, too, he got a little lazy because he's like, A, B, done.
Yeah, he went to B. He's like,
I like Bandele.
that's the one.
That's what I do when I'm researching something. I'm like, because I write when I write movies with my buddy Mike, we always go through the alphabet list of names, and our names are always A, B, or C, first letter of the name.
Wait, I had that with character names too. I need to start going from like the M's.
I just get so bored so fast
Why
of
don't you start
scanning
from the
names.
middle? Start from the middle.
That's fucking genius.
You should start from the bottom and go backwards. That way I can tell this genealogy of Steve's script writing process from here on out. It'd be like, this is
Start with Nikki, and then maybe I'll get cast in one of your movies.
No.
You know what I do? And when I write, is I actually have people's names who are A's or Z. So I have like my first book. On my first book, his name is Amana. My next book right now, her name is Zala.
So how do you pick the names? Is it because of that same shit?
Yeah, like when you find like a name finder, I'll look for like
You jump back and forth.
African derived names, and then I'm like, I always use like A, so I go, let's go Z, and then I'm like,
You also use,
See, everyone's like this.
you also use your family names a lot.
I do.
Like he uses the same character names over.
'Cause I'm lazy.
Because it's his family. He'll just use the same names.
It doesn't.
Easy.
I don't want to think about it too long. You know what I mean? Like I just want to get into it, and then also it helps me. It helps me
identify with the character.
exactly.
Instead of just being like girl number one.
Yeah,
you know,
even in Danger Boys,
Yeah.
there's some Steve family names in there.
Oh, the name of Vin is one of my best friends growing up.
Yeah.
That was in a gang. Yeah.
the best one was Tyrone though. I like that one. I appreciate that one. I appreciate that one a lot. That was real good.
That was a name worth spending a little bit of time on.
Ty like Ty and then Roan like Tyrone.
Like round.
So you've never been to Africa before, huh?
Never. And it's funny because I'm about to go here, and then my mom wants to go to South Africa, Johannesburg, on her 50th birthday.
Oh.
And I'm like, I'm down. Like, I'll go twice. Shit, you know.
I have a friend who's African American, but he's Chinese.
What?
Wait,
Oh, he
what?
was-
Born in so he's South African.
Okay.
So he's African American.
Right.
Because he's
But he immigrated over here?
yeah.
Wait, so he's a Chinese dude who was born in South Africa?
Yeah.
Okay, I got it. Oh, that happened to me too. That was
People
crazy.
like Chinese African.
Yeah.
And then immigrated here.
And then he got his citizenship, so that's
Oh,
why
okay,
he's
okay.
What is this-
African
what is it?
American.
Hey Antoine, can I call you my black friend?
You know what's funny? I actually don't respond to that kind of thing. Like when I was in Japan, some guy that I was at a bar, right? And it was a New Zealand, Australian guy. I don't know which because I can't tell the difference between their fucking accents. So I tried not to like fucking say anything. But he was it was Halloween and he was dressed up as what I thought was a soccer player. He's like, "Oh, you're a soccer player?" He's like, "No, rugby." And then he's like, "What are you dressed up as? A black guy?" And I was like, "I can do this two ways. I can get really pissed off at this guy, or I can just ignore it and just know that he's like doesn't know what he just fucking."
He might be drunk and stupid and
Probably
So they don't have that kind of racial tension in New Zealand or whatever.
Right. So he's like, you know what? Let me just like not fucking make this fucking a scene. And so like we just continue talking. And yeah, he was a cool guy. Like what, notwithstanding the fucking racist shit they do.
You know what though? When I travel, I don't bring the American.
Right, because it's a very American thing to do, I think.
Yeah, because we always try to impose our wokeness on other people.
Fucking cultural appropriation. Japanese don't give a fuck, and I love that about
The
them.
thing is, when we were in Japan, right? Jess was really scared about wearing
A kimono.
posting it online.
Love it when you fucking do that.
That's what I'm saying. It's almost reverse racism in a way, where because like Japanese people like to watch other cultures wear the clothes and laugh at them
Yeah.
because it's kind of like a circus, right? But then like for a lot of people now, they're ashamed or even embarrassed or afraid to do that and post pictures because they get attacked. Why are you wearing that fucking kimono?
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, why do you want to take away money from tourism? They like this shit.
That's why they have a whole shop based on it. So
Why do you think that is? Why do you think that they don't take it that serious when it comes to over here where everyone's going fucking?
I think for them, they don't have. It's not the same context as the stuff here. Like here has a little bit more of a like I don't know, violent history, but it's more of like a. There's a lot more sore spots with that. But if you go into a country like Japan where it's pretty homogenous, everything is like that, and then that's their culture that they get to share with others. It's not a big mixing melting pot like it is in the U.S.
Like no one's stealing that.
No one is taking credit for
Yeah,
other
because
stuff
in
too,
Japan it's
yeah.
more like, oh, you want to dress like a samurai? You want to dress like a ninja? You want to wear the clothes and like swing your sword around
Yeah.
and have fun? Go ahead. But I think out here that there's just like the whole issue with the yellow peril and like like in the past they would they kind of made a mockery of everything.
Yeah, making fun of it
Yeah.
and also taking credit for stuff. Like if they're like, oh, I created this thing, and you're just like, I mean, not really. Like I can obviously see where you're borrowing from. You're not really giving credit to like the people that are like, influencing this sort of stuff. I think that's where America has a lot more sore spots than other countries because other countries are just kind of like, well, this is just what everybody looks like,
And I can tell you also from the black perspective too, especially for black women. I think there was a music video, I think with either Katy Perry, Taylor Swift, one of those like white singers, whatever, and they like had braided their hair or like did dreadlocks or something like that, and it was deemed as like, oh, how stylish, how cool. But then like if we do it now, you can't have a job, that kind of thing. So that's where the hurt kind of comes from because there's like
it's a double standard.
Yeah, there's a double standard that's not there that you don't really get in Japan because again, it's like everyone's like the
That's
same.
why there was the Black and Beautiful movement in the 60s where they go with the fro and
that you do natural thing.
prior to that, black people were pressing.
They were slicking their hair back and everything.
Yeah.
There's a huge thing. Malcolm X went through that evolution actually. When he first started as Red, when he was known as Red, he used to do the slick backing of his hair, stuff like that. And then he went to jail and then got, Nation of Islam kind of recruited him. And then he went to being natural, and that was like the thing that he did. It's like a natural evolution that I think black people kind of go through.
So the forced assimilation, but at the same time, if white people in the past did it, would mimic the culture,
Right.
it was approved. So I guess that's where
the hurt comes from. And when he brought that up, I was like, that's what it is, right?
Mocking shit, right?
What did you think of that of the time where there's this white guy that had dreads and then
That's completely stupid. Well, okay, that's a whole different subject entirely because dreadlocks or just the act of locking your hair is a human.
Well, people don't understand the context.
Yeah.
So what happened?
Oh yeah, let's read the context. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, because he kind of jumped in.
Sorry about that. You're right. Yeah, sorry.
No. So there's an incident where there's this white guy who had dreadlocks in his hair, and he was confronted by two black students.
I think it's just one. Oh, I think it was two, but the one was.
One was very active on talking to him, but then the other one was just there to like back her up. Right. But she was basically saying like, oh, you can't wear this.
Yeah, she's saying you're appropriating my culture and that kind of thing.
So what do you think about that situation?
And this is very different than I feel about the dreadlocks than with some other things like cornrows and things like that. But when it comes to dreadlocks, that is a human trait. You can see it back from like the Indian, what is the name of that religious group where they also lock their hair. You see it in Norse.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
It's a natural human thing, but again, it's that hurt that's coming back. So that context is this African American woman that's dealing with this situation who I'm sure in the past has been like ridiculed for her hair, and seeing this white dude just like lolly lolly doll, I'm wearing it, like not really giving a fuck. She project it onto him, you know what I mean?
I have a question.
Yeah.
Because I've always wondered this, like since being introduced to cultural appropriation and all that stuff. So I grew up in a beach town where black, white, whatever, people had dreads.
Yeah.
Would you still consider that appropriation if like everyone's kind of working at the same jobs, everybody is like wearing
I think
the same
appropriation
thing?
honestly is bullshit mostly. Like I think that is a bullshit argument to bring up in most cases. That's why I said I love Japan so much, because there's none of that kind of culture there at all. And I think to have progress, you have to have it where everyone is becoming okay with everyone else's and mixing and matching. Like we have this ideology of America that we're supposed to be this melting pot, but really we're like a salad that everyone has a separate,
like a water and oil type of pot.
Like a water oil kind of thing. And I don't think we get that progress unless we are actively mixing and appreciating other people's cultures and having
and
all
acknowledging.
that together.
There's so much borrowing that happens here in America anyway, so no culture can really claim one or the other, I think.
But I think to like just discount other people's experiences based on like what you think is like, like you said, like most appropriation is bullshit. But if someone has the feelings about that, they're like, yeah, I get that, I understand. But
I think sharing experiences.
I'm not doing this to like be like I'm doing this, and I think context matters a lot. Like,
absolutely. And Antoine, what you just said about how appropriation is silly, my black friend doesn't agree.
Well, I'm sure the black community does not agree on this fucking thing at all, or we don't agree on most things. That's why when people say like the black community, I'm like, what the fuck does that actually really mean?
He just wanted to say my black friend.
Thank you. You fell right in. Thank you very much.
Fucking fell right into that.
That's why I laughed. I was like, this fucking guy, just getting it in while he can.